Hello viewers, this is Nico. Playing some Satisfactory. It is March 12th, 2024. We're still in early access, I think version 8. They've announced 1.0 is going to come out sometime this year, so it should be exciting. I've deleted all my games. I played this game about 370 hours, I think it said. I've got to the Space Elevator Part 4, but I've never completed all of them, so I've never really beat the game. But we're going to do a nice fresh start, deleted everything. If you've never played before, this might be a good video for you. It's going to be kind of longer form, and we're going to do early intro stuff. I'm not even going to skip the intro, so we can do a full early game start. You can choose whatever area you like. These are supposedly like ideal for first time, suitable, more experience, advanced, blah blah blah. I've mainly played these two. I do think this is supposed to be the easiest one, there's a lot of large flat areas where you can build, which is nice. But I do think the resource nodes are a little better here. There's a lot of water around because it's close to the sea, so even though it's the desert, I think this is probably one of the better first starting spots. I'm going to play this one. I've barely played this at all. A little bit. I've probably done about 5 or 6 different starts on this game. And I've never actually started this one, but I've been around here. These are all one map, just so you know. This is one giant map, and these are different sort of biomes that you're starting in, so you can explore all of them as you play. So we're going to do this. I'd recommend this for a starter, probably Rocky Desert or this, Grass Fields. We'll try this. This is a little more, I don't know, like stuff's in the way. There's a lot of vertical stuff in the way, so you don't have the nice flat fields like that, but we'll do friends in case my buddy ends up joining later on in the playthrough, and then I'm not going to skip intro. If you played before, you probably would after seeing it once or twice, but we'll have the new first-timer experience. Here we go. What's going on? We're in a drop pod.
Attention Pioneer. The following instructional video is a summary of your impending duties as an exoplanetary pioneer for Fixit Incorporated.
Okay.
Fixit Pioneers have 3 cyclical assigned pillars of work to ultimately accomplish project assembly.
Those
Use provided blueprints to build the necessary buildings.
Exciting.
Chart the planet and gather resources to provide desired results and improve your infrastructure.
Indeed.
Make sure to report any unusual discoveries to R&D for analysis.
We won't report anything. I'm going to conspire with the slugs. We'll
Expand your factories, outposts, and pipelines through automation and augmentation.
That'll be nice. We'll probably hand-hammer a bunch of crap on the workbench, though.
Get to work and be effective.
Yes,
Warning,
indeed.
Planetfall imminent.
Oh,
Please remain
here we go.
seated during full procedure. Atmospheric entry in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Planetfall procedure.
We're in the atmosphere. It's burning. We got fire and a shaky ride. This is something that gets skipped if you haven't done the intro before, so definitely worth doing your first time, and maybe again on a playthrough if you want to check it out again. Now I can see we're in northern forest out there. Look at the big, tall, fir-like trees. Landed. Oh, we have arrived.
Complete.
Nice.
Please ensure the integrity of your multi-purpose exploration suit is at 100%.
I hope so. Did we break anything on the landing?
Remember, efficiency first. Godspeed.
Don't forget the build gun. The rough and 40. Okay. We have arrived. If you didn't notice earlier, I named the
Welcome to Planet Massage 2 ABB, your designated sector in the binary star system of
Do I
Akicha.
get a massage?
I am Ada, also known as
the name
Artificial
of the planet?
Directory and Assistant, tasked to support pioneers, such as you, in their mission.
Mm-hmm.
You are the third of your sector to survive planetfall.
Oh, really?
Congratulations.
Third of my sector. Who else is here?
Note: objective-based introduction initialized. Welcome to onboarding.
Okay. Look at the big bean character. Those guys are friendly. You don't have to worry about
First
them.
objective: please
just-
dismantle the drop pod. The resulting materials will be repurposed to construct a habitat and utility base, from now on referred to as the hub.
The habitat and utility base.
Note:
Even though we don't
Fix It
sleep,
Incorporated is
but
cost-effective
we
and
do
efficient.
need a hub.
We do not waste.
They don't waste. Okay, good job. F pulls out your build gun for dismantle, and we'll dismantle that. That's what it wants us to do. Left mountain.
All important Fix-It data and communication is recorded and stored in the codex, including these steps.
Excellent. The codex is O. If you ever need to kind of find some info, this is all we know about. We're an ignorant pioneer at the moment.
Second objective: please ensure you have your Fix-It Incorporated Xeno Zapper equipped before leaving the drop zone.
Okay.
Note: according to Fix-It regulations, every pioneer should have access to a means of defense against extraterrestrial threats.
So, although
Third
the big
objective:
oh my
please
God.
familiarize yourself with the
Ada.
resource scanner to find iron.
Okay.
Note: the
Okay.
acquisition of iron is considered essential in preparation for all future objectives.
Absolutely. The zapper is for certain life forms you'll encounter that are unfriendly. That big bean guy, those guys are friendly. They're just kind of they're fun. Sometimes they're annoying when they're walking through your factory if you don't have it sealed off well. What you want to do right off the start, we're going to be picking up leaves, all these flowers where I am, little bits of wood. You can just hold down E and it just continues to pick it up as you look around at the different items. Tab brings up your inventory. You'll use this a lot. We have our Xeno Zapper equipped. Anything you can equip will show like above here, and then you can put it on yourself. What we need to do first is find iron, like she told us to. Here's a limestone deposit. So that's for concrete. Let's find ourselves some iron here. See if it's close or not. 400 meters that way. Bunch that way. We don't have a map at this point. So we're going to go to the closest one we found. Yeah. Leaves that away. As we're running here, you press shift to run. You can, depending on your settings, you can toggle it on or off for where it's. I don't know, it's in here somewhere, I'm sure. The other thing I wanted to show in here is the creature hostility under gameplay options. Gameplay, creature hostility. You can do passive, retaliate, or default. And this, if you look down at the bottom here, look in this area in yellow or orange. So yeah, they'll attack, they won't attack nor retaliate. They'll attack but will retaliate. So we're just gonna leave it on default. If this is bothering you, you can just put it to passive or retaliate. So some playthroughs I do like to turn it off, just on retaliate. But let's find that iron. Just depends on if you don't want to deal with them. Okay, there's a few nodes up this way. All the resource nodes in this game have different purities, so it doesn't matter a ton early game. This is just a random chunk of limestone. Someone sees me. Press H to pull out our thing if you don't have it on. Otherwise, you need to equip it. And a good way to fight these hogs is you just jump over them. That guy's still alive. I thought he was dead. I like the swimming animation. I got scared. Okay, that one's dead. Other one's bumping.
The remains of this creature might shed light on how to increase chances of survival. A new research tree can now be accessed in the MAM.
There's too many darn leaves. Find this guy. body remains. Now this is a crash site. You probably won't run across this right away before starting setup, but if you do, grab all these goodies around here. We're grabbing these, but there's other stuff. Now there'll be a drop pod that'll need something to open it. We're not at a point where we have modular frames, unless I pick some up around here. No. So we won't be able to open this just yet, but that's fine. When you open those, there's a hard drive inside, and then you can use those to unlock alternate recipes once you get going on things. But we're very sidetracked, so let's get back to finding that iron. Up this ways a little. Remember, we want to grab all this leaves and vegetation on our way, because we'll use that for biofuel. Get some initial power stages going early on. There's something right up here. Oh! Bum bum bum! Our first slug. So I don't know if you noticed, but I named the game Slug INC. That's because we are going to be cherishing the slugs. This will be their empire. There'll be a fix-it subsidiary.
This semi-slug seems to emit unfamiliar energy readings which could potentially be retrofitted into fix-it technology. A new research tree can now be accessed in the MAM.
Yep, so what you use them for is you can research them. Turn them into, put them in a jar and they turn into like an overclocking device for machines. So. But I just like them. I like setting them up, making them little characters in my world, because I'm a weirdo. And that's what we're doing on this playthrough. Okay, let's get to this iron. H puts anything in your hand away, so it's kind of nice, so you're not always carrying something. Now let's look at this. We got a pure node. That's beautiful. Whenever you get a new resource node, these chunks on top.
Fourth objective, build the hub. Note, to complete this objective, the resources salvaged from the drop pod will be consumed. Caution, ensure the hub is built on spacious open terrain close to the presence of iron sources. Failure to do so will likely result in non-optimal progress.
Okay, there you go. You want to build it close to your iron. Let's do what the game tells us. We want this flat. It's not a great spot, but it works. When you skip the intro, this thing's kind of more built out. We're doing the
Congratulations,
base beginner.
you have unlocked
Here's
Hub
our first
feature,
hub.
Manual Craft Bench. Hub feature, Hub Terminal.
Okay.
Fifth objective, complete Hub Upgrade 1. Note, the Craft Bench and Hub Terminal are essential for progression to the next objective.
We'll go to the hub terminal. Hub upgrade 1. We need to get iron rods. We need to get 10 of them. If you look at the recipe there, you can click on it, click on codex. Well, to make them, we need to make iron ingots. So let's look those up. Those need iron ore. That's right over here. So we've already gathered some. We can go to the craft bench and make stuff here. We'll make ingots, hand make them. So the craft bench makes things pretty fast, but you just kind of want to use it to get automation stuff. It should never be your main way of making things. You use it a lot in the early game and randomly throughout the game as you go, but make all those into ingots. We needed rods. We only need 10, so I'm just going to make 10. 11, whatever. When you're using this, you only need to select what you're doing. You don't have to, you can press that. You just tap space bar once. You don't have to hold it down by anything or anything like that. So, just a good hint if you're new. We're going to pop these in here. This is what we're going to get out of it. We want a portable miner right away. Select milestone. Put them in. If you just click it, you can double click, or you can press shift and click on it, or you can drag it. It loads in there, upgrade. Okay. Got a little structure to it. Got a box. put junk in.
Congratulations, you have unlocked Building Workshop, Equipment Portable Miner, Inventory Additional Slots, Hub Feature Personal Storage.
Okay.
Sixth objective, complete hub upgrade 2. Note, portable miners require no power and will mine a node until their inventory is full. Note, multiple portable miners can be used on a single node.
Okay. We'll select the next milestone. You don't have to have all the stuff to select them. And then what we're going to get out of this is a smelter, power, copper, wire, cable, blah, blah, blah. That is selected. What we need at the moment is to get some of that iron. What you don't want to do is sit here and hammer that, mining it out like that. We can't build a portable miner here. What we need is craft bench. This is the same as that, but this is in your hub. Equipment workshop is a separate building for just certain items. And we need one. If you ever want to remember what you need to make it without having to think about it, you just click this, add to your to-do, exit out of here, boom, it's on the side. So let's make exactly what we need. Okay, that's enough rods. Need a little more here. This is why you want an automatic miner. Save you from doing everything by hand. Okay, so that's enough for plates. Let's just make those. We have a few left over, we'll just make those rods. Okay, now you can see on the side our equipment workshop, we have enough of everything. So, we'll select that, plop it down here. And here's what we can make in here at the current moment. Portable miner, we need 2 iron plates, 1 more rod. So we're gonna have to do a little bit more by hand. Let's gather about that much ore. Turn the ore into ingots. And then I think we needed 1 more rod. 2 plates. That's enough. That is enough. Tap spacebar once and let that craft. Now to place the portable miner, you need to press tab. This is one of those items you can equip in your hands. I got this in here right now. So I'm going to tap it. That doesn't do anything. If you hit shift and tap, it'll swap it into there. Let's enjoy the animation. All these handheld items, the first time you use them, you get a nice little animation checking it out. So you equip it, and then you just toss it on the ground. It has to be on the mine. And it gets itself set up. You can see it is mining for us. If we grab it, it clears the ore out. If we pick it up, it'll take the whole thing since it's a little portable miner. Let's grab all. We're going to hand hammer more iron ingots out. And some rods as well. Okay, that's enough to get to this step. We're going to put those in, upgrade our hub again. Our hub now has some walls. It's under construction. What is this? It has a biomass burner.
Congratulations, you have unlocked Hub Feature Biomass Burner, Scanner Feature Copper, New Buildings and Recipes, which can be found in the Build menu and Craft bench respectively.
Okay.
7th objective, complete Hub Upgrade 3. Note, connect buildings to a biomass burner for power. Note, buildings such as the smelter require a recipe to be set. Advice, automate the smelting process and use portable miners for optimal results.
Okay. We can't build an actual miner at the moment, so we're just going to have these guys make an ore. We can build a smelter. What else did we get? We got power lines. And that's it for now. Let's put a smelter out. We need one more iron rod to make it. This is exactly why you want to automate everything, so you're not running around handcrafting every item you need. Okay. And right now it's not an option, we just have leaves. We can't convert them into biomass. The better biomass at the moment, but they are usable. This doesn't matter where it is, let's just put it right here. If you look down on the bottom, I have 2 as assigned to power line. If you already assign something to these spots, it'll overwrite these. How you assign is you just hover over anything and you press that number that you want. I just unbound it, now it's bound there. I could put it whatever slot I want. You can do the same thing for buildings and whatnot. So, we're just going to keep that on 2 though. That way when you're just doing stuff, you press 2, power line, which we don't actually have cable for. Great. How do we get cable? We need wire. We need copper ingot, into wire, into cable. I happen to have a bunch of wire on me, probably from that crash site we ran across. If I didn't have any, you'd have to go find some copper, which we're going to need to do anyway. Get a little bit of cable. So you'd hold down V. We've unlocked the copper ore scanning. We'd scan for it. There's some close by. Right there, you can see it. Do it again. You'll watch it pop when it hits it. There you go. So we'll end up going over there to get some of that anyway. But, we just happen to have some wire, so we can make a power line, which we will make to the smelter. You have to select a recipe. Eventually what you want to do is set up a mine with a conveyor belt going in here to feed it the ore. In the meantime, we just drop it in here. It says no power. We have no power because this has nothing in it. You could use wood, leaves, either or. Just dump a bunch of those in there. And now you can see it can make up to 20 megawatts. This one smelter is using 4. And it'll tell you when you're hovering over these right down here how much power it's going to use. Okay, so now this is automating our iron ingots. And we still have to turn those into other things. But let's make sure we select this as something to work towards. We actually don't need cable, we just need the wire, which we do have wire. We have sun rods, we need some rods and plates. So let's just make some. Let's try to be lazy and utilize this thing. We need making our own ingots when it's making them for us. Unless we really needed them. Hey, that's enough of those. More rods here. What I'm doing is just adding ore to top this off and pulling out the iron ingots it's making. As you can see, we got more. We'll turn those into rods. 13. That should be enough. We only need 12 more here. Shift clicking those in. We're full. Upgrade hub. Upgrade 3 done. Look at that. Got some living quarters in here now.
Congratulations. You have unlocked Scanner Feature, Limestone. New buildings and recipes, which can be found in the Build menu and Craft bench respectively. 8th objective. Complete Hub Upgrade 4. Note: use power poles to expand the power network for optimal results.
Okay. This is a good one to upgrade. Get conveyor belts. Inventory slots, so that is these. You start out with not so many. I think I may have already unlocked some that have added a few. But the more of these you add, the better it is. Then you can just be carrying a lot of stuff around at times. The other inventory type slot you can add is hand slots. And then what that does is, say you have your Xeno Zapper and then another hand tool, you can hold multiple once you add those. I'm going to press H. I don't want to have that showing. Did we select our next milestone? We should. Dump the cable we already have in. Iron plate. We need concrete. Let's get the plate done real quick and then we'll go get into concrete. And I really am just happening to skip all the copper early stuff you'd be doing at the moment, just because I found that big spool of wire out there, but it's pretty self-explanatory. Let me show an example if you hadn't gotten that. Let's say, let's make a few iron rods. We're gonna make one more portable miner. We need a couple more rods. Okay. Make one of these. Okay. And then we'd run over here to the copper we found. Shift is run. This is blocking. Just running. Quick way to move is press C while you're running, and you slide, and then you can jump. That's kind of like the quick movement of this game. You can't really slide uphill, but it's a great way to move around fast. So let's clear off this little blocker chunk, whatever you call it. These can say pure on them, but you want to look down at the actual mining node. That's where it says pure. So sometimes it'll say pure, and then you look down, it's actually impure node underneath that top notch thing. We're gonna press tab, shift click on our portable mine. Portable miner set up. We just left mouse click to drop it. Get a little setup animation, and it's off to work. It's already got 17 made while we wait. So similar to iron, you turn that raw ore into the ingots, and then you can turn it into wire from there. Cable is made from wires. You'd hammer out some iron ingot, or copper ingot. You'd hammer that into copper wire, and so on. If you needed cable, hammer the wire into cable. Just to kind of show that for you guys. In the meantime, let's top this off. And I mean, ideally what you'd want to do is get your scroll wheel, if you press it in while you're hovering over anything, it'll copy whatever you're hovering on. Copy a smelter. We're not rich enough in iron rod to make one. Okay. Let's make another one now. We can put this one over here. These don't really matter. We're gonna delete all this stuff around again anyway. This can't connect another. So what we need is a power pole, which I think we unlocked. Constructor, power pole. Yeah, that's it on that last one. What I'm going to do is I want power pole on my one hotkey, so I'm just going to hover over it. I press 1, it assigns it. I could press 1 again to get rid of it. And you can just place a power pole. We don't have any concrete for it. So that is actually a thing we really need to do right now. We're going to look for limestone. There's some close, that's up kind of high. We'll easily be able to get there later, but right now we don't really have foundations or anything to help get us on top of that. 193, 143, that's that one. I think this is the next closest one. Here's more iron. Pure, this is an excellent. This is why I wanted to start on the northern forest, because it's harder space-wise. There's not a bunch of flat area, but the nodes are just awesome right where you start. A bunch of good pure nodes, which is helpful. Let's see, where is this? Limestone we're looking for. That away. Be careful dropping. You could hurt yourself or die. That's not very far, so we're fine. Now, while we're out doing these trips, we want to snatch up all the leaves and stuff we can. Get some more biofuel along the way. Okay, what we didn't plan on was... Okay, we didn't bring another portable miner. What I'm going to do... I might set up this on a hotkey. Let's do 0, and then I'll do craft bench 9, because we'll use these a lot. You don't have to do that. It's just something I like to do, is keep them on there. We have enough materials to make one of these. Perfect. Could make multiple. I don't really care. Well, let's make more than one, actually. Let's just make 3 here. Got enough materials for it. And then you can always delete these. They're easy to just make and delete. It's not a big deal. These just have to be on the mine. Sometimes there's spots like there's a dead zone right here, but as long as it shows the mine to work. Okay. Let those do some work. Where is this? What we could do if we want to not go back yet, let's build a craft bench. Okay, let's start making some of this into concrete. And then we can grab one more batch of the limestone before we head back, just so we have a little extra on us. We don't have a ton of room, but we got enough. These flowers I don't need right now, I don't care about. I'm just going to delete them for an extra slot. You can just drag stuff here if you ever want to delete it. And then this filters things down nicely. What else in here? Right click separates things into half a stack. And then if you hold it, you can do very specific, you know, whatever you need. Filter just lumps them back up. Let's split it out. You can also drag and put them back together. Yeah, that's it for here. It's helpful to split stuff, certain things, and then sort them back together when it's messy in there. We're gonna delete this. We're gonna grab all the limestone we mined. Or the portable miners mined. They did do all the work. Now the problem, let's look on our thing here. Our hub is that way, but this might be a little bit of a pain. Easier to come down here than get back up. There's a hill over here. Somewhere up here we can get up, and there we go. And along the way we grab everything. We want some material to make our biofuel. We could slide and jump to go faster. Okay. Now what's happened while I've been gone? I'm guessing... That's still good. Guessing this is out of stuff though. Take the ingots out. We don't have room. Let's delete our flowers so we can have an empty slot. Shift click those, drop in the ore. Hop off that ore all the way. Okay. What we were doing was trying to make a pole, so you could do this, or we have it assigned to 1. Now you can just make a pole like that. It'll have no wires on it. Let's press F and delete that. What you also can do is click it onto an existing power line. You click once to grab it, then you click where you want the placement, and it'll tie into that already existing line. Then we're going to hit 2, get our power line out. click there, click on here. We need to assign this copper. And dump the ore we have in there. Great. Can we make a constructor? Which is what we want. These smelters are for, you know, smelting down ore into ingots. Constructor is an actual turn it into product type thing. Let's get our limestone, put that to work in here. Gotta select it. We need to press some power on. Okay, let that do some work. We could build more of these. They each use 4 megawatts. So you can look on your power production machine. Man, it's noisy up there. Or the power pole, and you can see your power. And here's where we're currently at. We flip this on and up the consumption. We were at 8, now we're using 12. We could have a couple more kilowatts, a couple more machines going. What we need is this, so we're making concrete automated. Let's make iron plates automated. Hit my scroll wheel impress key to copy another constructor. We're going to press 1 to make another power line here. These have max 4 connections on the early power lines, so we need another for this one. We are going to turn this into iron plate production. Now, if we had conveyor belt, we could set it up to just take the ingots out of there into there. Well, we don't have that yet. We can dump our concrete in here. We need plates. We got 22. Let's get this stocked. We're gonna need a good bit more. We might just hand hammer a bunch out, just so we can get to this milestone done, get to the next one. Keep things moving along. Now those constructors I made normally take these reinforced iron plate. Again, I just happened to hit that crash site along the way and got a bunch of easy stuff, but say you hadn't, you need to make these, which means you need iron plate and screws. Screws need iron rods. So you can make some screws, put them together with the plate. Take 6 plates to 12 screw to make 1. Or, yeah, 1. Okay, we don't really need those right now. I'm just showing you guys that. What we need is to put all these iron plates in here. Hopefully we didn't waste them while we were making reinforced iron plate. That's fine, we'll just top these off. The machine's making them too, so it probably has a few extra if we want to just grab those. Let's keep this moving. Dump it in here, grab those. That'll be enough to move us on. Oops. Put them in, you gotta hit the actual upgrade. Is it any different?
Congratulations, you have unlocked building, conveyor belts and poles. Inventory, additional slots.
Get the poster in there.
9th objective, complete hub upgrade 5. Note, portable miners cannot be connected to conveyor belts.
Okay.
Advice, when planning the construction of buildings, note the placement of conveyor belts.
You obviously want to place them where they work. So that's what we got. Conveyors and inventory slots are always nice. Okay, we can build miners here, which will be a big upgrade. Let's get going on this. And storage containers are nice. So let's just focus on getting this what it needs. We already have enough concrete. We're going to need wire. Which we could set up another constructor if we want. Let's go ahead and do that. Nah. Let's see, that constructor needs cable. We don't have cable. What I'm gonna do is just pull the ore out of here, and we're gonna hand hammer out some ore. the ingots into wire and into cable. This is kind of the early game part where you aren't super efficient on things because you're just kind of trying to get it set up. Let's see, we need about 31 cable. And the cable take 2 wire apiece. So, I mean we already have enough. Let's just make 31 of these, maybe a few extra. Never hurts to have a few extra on hand. Let's call that good. And we're also going to need rods, which let's dump these cable in there. Let's keep this process flowing. Manual input style. Ingots in, grab the plates. What we could do is change this to rods. So it's making some while we make some. I put in all the ingots, we have none left. Hand hammer a few here. It's not gonna be enough. Let's go and use up our limestone. It'd be nice to have some. Or do we have a machine going for that, right? Just top that off. Okay. We are trying to get more rods. It's working. It's gonna take a moment. What are we gonna get from this? That's right, minor storage container, more inventory slots. I forget how many this intro is. There might be one more milestone after this, and then we'll get into the regular kind of post-intro start of the game. These moving along. It's going to take a while to make all this. I'm going to use these for hand hammer. Those ingots I just got. Let's see. Almost there. Let's get a few more. Okay. Grab more ore. More to make more ingots. That's to make more rods. We got enough now. Let's put the rods in and upgrade that. These little posts. The posts.
Congratulations. You have unlocked Building Miner Mark 1. Building Storage Container. Hub feature Additional Biomass Burner.
Okay.
10th objective. Complete hub upgrade 6. Note. There are no notes.
Note there are no notes. So good. Be nice to get biomass. And this isn't hard. We've already got wire. Got a good chunk of that stuff. Keep this going along. We unlocked miners, we unlocked belts. We could set this up properly, but we're so damn early. I kind of want to figure out a better arrangement first. We'll get there. Do the unoptimized manual feeding of everything right now. We just need to get more iron. I may, and then we'll leave this for now. Just to keep, well, let's just pick it up. We'll get rid of that. Put a proper mine here soon. Now what we also need to do is figure out a configuration. If you were starting the game and this is an impure node, you might want to look around. It's fine to get started, but like once you kind of start setting up, you might want to find better ones. I just happen to know there's like 3 iron mines there. These are all pure. This is like an excellence. And then that concrete up there, we want to get to the lime. In the meantime, let's see if we're making good progress here. Getting there. Picked up another one of these. We're going to double down on this. That's just so I can help speed it along a little with some hand hammering. You know, we got some copper over there. Let's dump that in here. Let's see. Our machine's making the iron rods. We could set up another one if we wanted for the plates, but instead let's just focus on handcrafting those and run the machine. Do the rods for us. We need what, 27 plates? Just about there. Let's go ahead and convert those in. Just heard something stop. Let's make sure things are still working here. Might have run out of power. Yeah, I'll do it. Slowly adding up the rods. Let's get our plates finished. I lost some of the ingots when I did that. Oh, we're so close on these. That's fine. Let's make some extra. Always need iron plate. Never ends. Always need the early stuff to make more and more into the game. What are we at? 36. That's enough. Let's just dump them in. Let's put in the rods we have also. Okay. Let's check our machines. Take the ingots, put the ingots in here, grab the rods. Ideally, you really want to have all these melted, making stuff cleanly, but I think this intro phase, it's kind of dumb to set it up too much, and I think once you get past this part, and then you get the, maybe there's another step in between, but once you get the foundations, once you can build foundations, that's huge. That's when you really want to kind of tear down your sloppy initial stuff and at least get a semi-organized build going upon the foundation, so. Let's finish up these iron rods. Get that bit done, and we can advance. That's enough there. Put those in. Oh, we got the little bumpers on that, which means we got the
Congratulations.
ship coming in
You
now.
have unlocked building space elevator, building biomass burner,
Let's go,
heart,
ship.
biomass.
I can only see thrusters.
Motivational message. Congratulations, you succeeded in every provided task. On
Motivational
behalf
message.
of Fixit Incorporated, I thank you for your current and future service.
Look at that, just clipping into existence.
Additional knowledge. The
Go
hub
ship.
terminal has been converted to give access to milestones there to ensure you progress along Fixit-approved protocols.
Okay, anything else to say?
Note: future developments should be aimed at constructing the space elevator and, as such, initiating project assembly. Good luck.
Okay, so we've officially gotten through the initial tutorial part. And if you were to press skip tutorial, you'd be at this step. And you'd be on tier 1. And base building's the first thing. I think we'll go ahead and continue the video just to get base building done and get to a point where we are actually kind of set up here. This ain't it, pal. This ain't it, partner. We could go on another limestone run. I think I'm just going to convert this to iron plate. Feed those in here. Actually, we are going to need a good bit of concrete. Dadgummit, let's go on our little run. Where the heck was that spot? Over yonder mountain. Oh, I think we unlocked the better biomass too. We should start converting this into that. It's more efficient than just burning leaves directly. Let's see, where was that? Do we have a map yet? No, we haven't unlocked the map. We are not worthy of a map. There's our limestone buddies. Let's grab what we can. We might even hand hammer a little. We don't have any materials for that. We'll just head back then. Change of plans. Gonna scuttle around this mountain. There's probably a better way up here. This works. This works just fine. Our goal is to get this base building step done, and then once that's unlocked, kind of redo this. We could also build ramps up to that. Limestone deposit much closer. Since this is not doing copper at the moment because I'm too lazy to go get more, let's make it an extra iron. And we might even do one more of these. Grab some rods. Okay, top those off. This can be our back to concrete production. Check this. We are using exactly the max we're making, but we aren't using this burner. So if we wanted, we could tie this in. Potentially work up to another 20 megawatts. So let's convert some of these like I was talking about earlier. Again, this is something you want to automate, but for now we're just gonna let's make a 200 stack. That's enough to swap out here. So if you see here, 80 leaves a minute, 6.67 biomass a minute, so it just makes it last a lot longer. And it also clears up 10 leaves per biomass, so it's just nice and condensed. You get 5 biomass per 10 leaves. So that doesn't condense it, take up less space, it's much more efficient. And then eventually we'll get a solid biofuel we can turn this into, but we're not there yet. It's fine, I'm just gonna go and finish clearing these up. Doesn't really save space because these are 200 a stack and leaves are 5, but I do just want to convert all this down. Check on our machines. Keep them moving along. We might have enough materials now. Let's find out. I don't have enough concrete yet. That's gonna take a little bit. I hope we have enough that I don't have to go on another limestone run down there. We might need to, honestly. We're probably gonna need to. Let's just go do it now. Let's hand hammer some ourselves first. So we're moving along. Sorry if this is a kind of long, boring video. I'm just trying to get through the sort of initial intro phase here. get a little more exciting as we go. Maybe I shouldn't have done the full beginner intro, but I think it's good. Good for someone new who may be watching to see that. Well, you're gonna run down this mountain. I'm gonna stop collecting stuff because I got not a ton of inventory space. I mean, I could collect more, it doesn't really matter. We got enough collected though, so I'm not too worried about it. Where's that thing? Here we go. So, see if this will get us far enough. It should. I think it's 3 limestone turned into 1 concrete. I could be wrong. But 300 should give us 100. Which we only need, what, 70? 64 more? Still need some more plate, which hopefully is stacking up right now. Why is this thing, got that ghost texture up top? It's weird. Okay, what are we doing here? Top this concrete off. Checking our plate. The iron moving. The rod's going. Do we have enough for everything now? Sure hope so. Need some more concrete. Just working on it. Let's just hammer some of this, speed up the getting this step done. Just ready to progress. We are going to need some extra so we can build a few early foundations. You don't have to do this, it's just much cleaner to have foundations to actually kind of start building a little more serious on. Some people like to go crazy in the early stage and build when it's just loose machines out in the open. But, the more I do it, the more I don't like doing it that way. The more I play, the more I don't like that.
Milestone reached. You have
Okay.
unlocked several structures aimed to provide the first needed to build basic factory infrastructure and improved overview. Building these will provide a grid for more advanced organizing and sectioning of your factory.
Organizing and section. Lovely. My first step of business is to build a ramp to get up here. We should start building mines and stuff, but this is gonna use up some concrete and stuff, and I want... So here's a foundation tip. Everyone talks about this, but you're just floating around anywhere in the world here. When you press Control, let's say it was turned this way. Control snaps you into a snap. So let's say we're completely off center like this, like that, snap. So Control snaps you onto the world grid, which is helpful, so when you're building you get everything lined up. So like this is right here, I press Control, now it's on the world grid. I click, it'll build one. Let's press R instead of Z. Default, I'll go to Zoop. That'll build multiple. Those are the only modes for this, for a ramp. If we had a flat foundation, your other mode would be vertical. So Zoop is multiple. Vertical is exactly what it sounds like. So, we got just enough to build these. This is an ugly sideways ramp, but I don't really care. This is just to get us up there for now. And I think what we will do is clear this off. How much does this little top knot had a good bit there? Let's see how many more foundations we can do.
Milestone exchange concluded. Fix-it freighter re-entry complete.
some of those, and a... Oh yeah, we got conveyors now. Storage, very nice. Okay, we need to build a miner in this. Miner, let's get enough of that together. Some of the plates are gone. Some of the concrete, that's all we got. Oh, there's some. Forgot we chiseled some off there. Okay, we look over here, we got everything we needed for that. Let's try to not fall to a definite death. Or some broken ankles, at the very least. Okay, let's find a good ground level we want here. It'll kind of cover them, but not too much. If we could do it there, that would actually be nice. I'm gonna click R. I've been holding control this whole time, so I'm snapped into the grid already. We want Zoop here. Now, depending on the level you pick, you'll have more or less of the kind of mine rocks sticking out. I mean, ideally, we have enough of that. Let's do our miner here. I'm gonna have it face towards us, towards this way. It's kind of lined up like that, right in this hole. I'm gonna delete these because they're not quite matched up there anymore. Let's put a few of these out. Let's do that. That'll clear most of this. Now we need power. Let's tie this into one of those existing poles. We'll set a pole next to it. Get it turned on. This is a good node. It's making 120 limestone a minute. They won't always be as good. I'm gonna grab more concrete. I'm gonna break my ankles. Okay, the problem is I did lose my getting up and down method here. I deleted some of those. And now I used up all my concrete again. What I think we'll do is we'll just head up here. Pull what it got. Put that in. Here. Now we're using too much power. Yep. But this thing is not utilized, so all we need to do is put some fuel in there. Get it connected to our grid somewhere. These poles are maxed. And we need to flip. You gotta flip the grid back on. There we go. Now we're making up to 40 and using 25. So that shouldn't shut off on us again. Could be doing other stuff. Do this more efficiently, but it's not my style all the time. Okay, what we want to do is, so we got 120 coming out of here. We can go check the constructor. It takes 45 to make 15. We could pull out our nifty little Satisfactory calculator. You just press in button, pulls this up, and you can search for things in here, and you can do math in here. So I already forgot what we're doing. We're doing 120, and that takes 45. So we could have two machines fully running, or two and one not getting enough, or underclock it eventually. It's early. Let's pull this out of here. Let's make a little space here. Let's get a splitter going, which we haven't unlocked yet, so doesn't matter, we're just only going to build one. Some cable. Craft bench. Knock a little cable out right quick. Should be enough. Delete that. And we just get that up. Man, it's loud next to that. Logistics, conveyor belt, we're going to use a lot. I'm going to assign this to hotkey 3. I just press 3. I can put it to 4, 5. I can put it wherever I want. I can press 5 again, delete it. But yeah, putting it on 3. I see the miner stopped. Connect it here and it's going to feed that. But it only fed the belt because this doesn't know what it needs. Now that it knows it needs that. And we get some power going. We're in business. This is not a great long-term setup. We'll make do with it. Storage containers under organization. These are great. You'll want to use these a bunch. And while our concrete being made, we'll just go directly in there. Automation. And you can hear the miner. It's going to be turning on and off because it's... I'm going to leave this machine just to finish that chunk out that I have right there. Okay, we're out of ore. When you delete this, it'll collect the products in it. Sell those 100 ingots that were there. I just picked up from there. Delete that. Those working. Our next goal is to get enough foundation material to build a foundation and kind of do some of like what we did up there, but it's been kind of long-winded with the full initial intro, so we're gonna leave our slug out, our slug buddy. This is gonna be Slug INC. This will be a land of buildings for slugs. You'll see later on in the series as we go. Hey, buddy. But yeah, I think I'll stop it there. Kind of too long already, and when I pick it up, we'll finish out some of the initial base building, get rid of all this stuff on the ground. We'll have foundations being built here and iron mines, and get all those kind of going and automated where I'm not feeding the machines. So we'll wrap it up there.